G'day everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'll be doing 10 more sneaky GeoGuessr tips that I've gathered up. These last 3 videos I've done 20 tips, another 20 tips, and 10 tips have done well, so I'm doing a 4th video of it. So anyway, let's get straight into it. And here we are here in British Columbia, where when you're in BC, British Columbia, you sometimes have these green backs of the signs. As you can see, not all the signs have green backs. But if you do see greenbacks, you're going to be in British Columbia. If you don't see them, you can't just completely rule it out. But if you do see them, you'll be in British Columbia. Anyway, let's move on. And here we are in Puerto Williams. And now in Puerto Williams, which is a fairly southern city in Chile. Here's our Chilean flag over there. You have this very interesting Google car, some sort of like ute truck thing. It's got this big front antenna, mirrors visible, and this big tray. Yeah, this is pretty far south, actually, yeah, extremely far south. This is Puerto Williams, which is, yeah, like right down the bottom, bordering with Argentina. Yeah, right down here, so, yeah, pretty just, yeah, most of the coverage is taken with this car, so, yeah, it's good to know. And it might come up in your things, but yeah, if you see this car, you'll be in Puerto Williams. Alright, that was a couple of tips in the Americas. We move to Europe, and here we are in Jersey. Now, Jersey can be hard to tell by maybe sometimes from the Isle of Man, because you might not have cars around with the red strips, which is you do have in the Isle of Man, or just somewhere in the UK, because obviously UK plates and Jersey plates look the same. But if you see these yellow telephone booths, you're going to be in Jersey. Everywhere else in the UK is red telephone booths, but if you have yellow telephone booths, you're not going to be in UK, you have to be in Jersey. Driving left, yellow back plates, yellow telephone booth, it will be Jersey. Alright, next tip I have here is about one of the German cities, Hamburg, the northern city. It's pretty famous, Hamburg, hamburgers, you know, that sort of thing. But if you're in Hamburg, if you're in a German city and you have winter coverage, you're going to be in Hamburg. I think it's the only German city with this winter coverage. Like winter coverage, if you know what winter coverage is, it's like when it looks like winter, it's very cold, like there's no leaves on trees, it just feels very cold. Yeah, you have like no leaves on trees, just looks very cold and that. And you're in Germany with the Gen 2 blurred out houses, that sort of thing. You're going to be in Hamburg with the winter coverage, so yeah, I'm not great at Germany, but that's something I do know. So if you see winter coverage Germany, you're going to be in Hamburg. Alright, there's a couple of tips for Europe. We're now into Asia. In Asia, here we are in Fukushima, Japan. And in Fukushima, Japan, in the eastern parts, you usually have this interesting sort of pickup truck. Another car meta, pickup truck. It's like this little skinny cab with this tray at the back. But yeah, if you have this sort of pickup truck car doing the coverage, then you're going to be in this eastern part of Fukushima. Let me show you where that is. So yeah, Fukushima. So we take this guy. So this Fukushima, and if you get the guy, most of it's just around this eastern part here. Click here, for example. You have a look. Okay, here we don't have it, but it's more east than that. Probably like out here somewhere, I'm assuming. No. Yeah, somewhere in the east you get this sort of Fukushima coverage with taken by. Yeah, see, as you can see, it's not in a lot of places, but you do have that coverage taken by the truck, which is in gonna be in the eastern part of Fukushima. So if you see that, pickup truck, I guess yeah, it will be Fukushima. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Here we are in Laos. And in Laos, only major cities are covered here in Laos. This is the typical Google car you have in Laos with the mirrors visible, bars with mirrors. Kind of looks similar to the Guatemalan car and the Kyrgyzstan car. You have the mirrors in Guatemala and Kyrgyzstan. But this is in Luang Prabang, which is one of the northern cities. But I'm here to tell you that if you don't know, in Vientiane, the capital city, you don't actually have that car. It's the only city out of the cities that are covered in Laos that doesn't have that car, because usually you have this car in the other cities, but in Vientiane you don't have that car. I feel like some people don't know that, but it's a good thing to know that if you're in Laos with, like, you see yellow plates, you may see some language too, but you don't have that at a car, you're going to be in the capital Vientiane. Alright, moving on. And here we are in that was a couple of Asian tips. Here we are in Gombe National Park, which is a western national park in Tanzania, Africa. And in this national park, it's one of actually like only a couple of national parks that's covered. This is probably just one you have to commit to memory. It's like trees, you're in like the mountains with trees around. Yeah, if you have this like grass, mountains and trees around, it's quite nice actually. You're gonna be in Gombe National Park, which is, I'll just show you where that is. It's this western national park in Kenya. I mean, it's not Kenya, Tanzania. As you look, yeah, it's right over the west side here, right with this bordering this Lake Tanganyika, or how you pronounce it. There is a bit of coverage here, as you can see. They do have a bit of coverage in Gombe National Park. Here we are back here again, but yeah, if you see this, it's a good one to remember. Right, moving on. This is probably another memory one. I couldn't find many good African tips, so I just gathered a couple of ones you guys could remember for your GeoGuessr gameplay. This is a sneaky tip. Well, it's not particularly sneaky, but it's a good one you can remember. If you have this coverage where you're looking into a massive city, it's over in the west, and you have some trekker looking into the west, it looks kind of, I don't know, just African. Somehow you find it looks African. You're going to be in Antananarivo in the Queen's Palace, which is the only coverage you're going to get this is in Madagascar. This is the only coverage you're going to get in Antananarivo in Madagascar. As we see, the coverage you get will just be around Queen's Palace in Antananarivo. As we click there, oops. If we just click around here, we should just get the tracker coverage. Yep. You're not gonna might be there, but here we are down the stairs. But you do have this like city. You have the things. Yeah, if you're like in this city, you're gonna be in Antananarivo, Madagascar. So yeah. Here we are in Kangaroo Island, South Australia. And now in Kangaroo Island, South Australia, the soil is extremely red. And as you can see here, we have Generation 1 camera, that's a terrible quality camera. But if you have Generation 1 camera, terrible quality, you can be in Kangaroo Island. But also, I'm here to tell you that you can also get Gen 2 in Kangaroo Island. But it's more common to get Gen 1. You can get Gen 2 as well. Yeah, that's a good thing to know maybe too. So. And the final tip I'd like to tell you is about, I don't think I've talked about this one before. It's another Australian tip. I like Australian tips. I know I'm pretty good at them. And it's these Tasmanian possum guards. If you're in Australia and you see these olive green possum guards on these poles, you're going to be in Tasmania, which is the southern island down there. So yeah, that's going to be the last tip of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like button below if you enjoy these videos. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'll probably keep going with them. Yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.